Come here, stinky monkey. You say hello. Oh, thank you for the kissy. Thank you for the kissy, sweet girl. Okay, you go. Be free. Be free. No, we just played. You go lay down. Okay, hi and hello everybody. It's Fern. Welcome back to another Planty video. Today we're going to be unboxing some plant supplies, which I'm so excited about because look at this. Oh my gosh. This is insane. And this massive box has been sitting in my basement since September because this arrived when I was mid-Menti B. This box is from Russo Plant Care, who I love so much. They kindly sent this to me. I don't even entirely know what's inside of here, so I've been dying to crack into it. I was gonna film something else today, but then I was like, no, I have been wanting to open this for so long, so we're gonna be doing that. And I was also low-key waiting because I've ordered some other plant supplies. I ordered some leca, which is here. I guess I'll open that in this video as well, but it's literally just leca. And then I also ordered new self-watering pots, and they're from a brand that I've never tried before, and I'm really curious about them. I wish that they would have arrived in time, but they didn't. So I will have to show those to y'all in a later video, but I am really excited to try those out. I get really excited about plant supplies. Yes, I love opening plants themselves, but even just plant supplies, like I almost find that just as fun. I don't know if anyone else is the same, but yeah, I'm always excited to try things out and to get restocked on things. Like it just feels good. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack into this big bad boy. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay. Also, how cute and cozy is it to film in front of the plant shelf? This was actually what I envisioned when I first put up this shelf, but the lighting is just kind of weird here because it's not close to the windows, but I've gone ahead and set up a light for us. So hopefully it's not going to be too bad. I actually feel like it could go a little bit lower. Just a sec. Okay, hopefully that's not too bad. But yeah, I love having this shelf as a background, so we're trying it out today and seeing how this footage turns out. Okay, I need a box cutter. Okay, if you haven't heard of Russo Plant Care before, I use a lot of their stuff. They make amazing moss poles. They make wooden pole supports that I use for a lot of my plants on moss poles. They make grow lights, which I actually have as like the middle light where this shelf is. Pots, drippers for moss poles. They're very innovative and always improving their products. And I just think that they're such a cool brand. The owner, Tyler, has such amazing plants, and I can tell that he's someone that's genuinely passionate about the hobby. So yeah, I always get excited about their stuff and I love sharing them with y'all. Like I said, this was gifted to me, which I'm so grateful for. And I do have an affiliate code with them, which is... oh gosh, y'all, I can never keep track of my affiliate codes. Maybe Wild Fern? I don't know. I'll put it on the screen and I'll put it in the description box as well in case you want to grab something from them. Okay, move my mic up a little bit more because I'm paranoid it's going to be too quiet. Okay, oh my goodness. I can already see more poles in the dark blue color that I like. Bless. Okay. So these are my favorite moss poles from them. I think that this color is called Rainforest Green, but it's basically a dark teal and they're just so stunning. They have a clear part in the middle so you can still see the roots. But yeah, these are great and I really ran out of them. I have a lot of my plants that I started on this teal color and then I ended up having to extend with just the clear ones. So I'm glad to be stocked up on those. That was so kind of them to send those over. Okay, oh my gosh. There is a lot of stuff in here, y'all. I've been spoiled. Okay, I don't think I can get me and this, yes, me and this package in the frame, so I'll just grab things out and show you. Okay, the first thing I'm seeing are these little pots. Look at how tiny and cute these are. That's actually perfect because I feel like the only small size pots that I have are just nursery pots, and this is like a cutie little option for tiny plants. Love that. This is like a light brown kind of color, very earthy. Definitely will be using those. What do you think? And then it looks like there's these little catch tray bases for the moss poles. I've seen these before on their Instagram, but I've actually never tried them with my moss poles. So I'm really excited to give these a go. I feel like I've seen these with moss pole and then a plant that has no pot. Like, is that the vibe? I don't know. There's some green ones as well. Very nice. Boop. I've never had this green color from them before. Ooh, and there's some pole supports in here as well, which is so nice. This is probably my favorite thing from Russo. These are so amazingly helpful for my moss poles to keep them from falling over, but also they're really cool to style if you have vertical space. Our dining room has a bit of a higher ceiling and stacked windows, so I have some plants hanging on moss poles on the wall, and it just looks so cool. Definitely one of my like favorite planty things in my home, so yeah, multiple uses for those. Oh my gosh, there's another one. Oh, I bet this is the metal base. Yeah. I saw that they were coming out with these. Ooh, I like how it's like wavy. That's really cool. So the ones that I currently have wooden bases, but I like this sleek metal base as well. So that'll be fun to try. A little bit lower profile for sure. Yeah, there's 3 of them. I can't believe they sent me 3 more of these pole supports. I kind of want to put poles on a different wall. I just need to find space in my house. Not only does it look cool, but it's just so helpful to get them up off the floor, especially if you live in a small house like I do. Don't know what's in here. Oh, it's the clips. I actually really have found these useful. So they clip onto the back of the pole support, and then it secures around the moss pole so it keeps it from coming off. Keeps it nice and secure on there. Olive is looking at all this stuff like, what the heck? What are you doing, baby? Connecting clips, which I have found surprisingly helpful to keep your moss pole extensions, like when you have multiple stacked, to keep them from like bending, and it just keeps the whole structure a lot sturdier. I didn't know how useful I was going to find these until I tried them out, and I feel like it makes a big difference, especially with plants like my glorious. That one will really tend to bend. So those are super useful. This one says base connecting clips. So I'm assuming that that is for this, to secure the moss pole onto there. So that's good to have those ones separate. Okay. This looks like more connecting clips, I think. Yeah. And then are these all drippers? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Okay, so I'm officially not gonna have any plastic cups on my moss poles anymore. Bless. Oh yeah, these are upgraded since the ones that I last had. Oh, how cool. Okay, so these now have a watering gauge in them. That's so neat. I'm so excited to try this out. I'm such a big fan of these. Even before they added the upgrades, I have been going on and on about how much I love these drippers. They just make it so much easier to maintain your moss poles. You just fill this up and then it wicks down through the bottom. There's already a little wick loaded in there. So yeah, you just have to fill them up and then it gradually just disperses down into your moss. But mine didn't have the watering gauge, so that's so cool. I love that touch. This is obviously the green color, which I don't have, so that's fun. Oh yeah, there's a different style as well. So there's these straight and sleek ones. I have some of these, and then I also have some of these. I like them both, honestly. This one's a little bit more interesting, but yeah, if you want something just super basic, this one also has the watering gauge and everything. Okay, I think we're gonna put some of this stuff to use this afternoon. I am excited. There's also the cream color, which I thought would pair really nicely with the teal moss poles. Like, what a stunning combo. Can't wait. I actually have enough of these to probably switch out my current ones that don't have the water gauge. This is extremely generous of them. Okay, so we have some new supplies to play with. I'm gonna clean up a little bit here. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go open that leca bag I was talking about. I am curious to see this leca. I ordered from Optimize Organics. I've ordered from them in the past. I placed a massive order for just different amendments. I got perlite, jumbo perlite. What else did I get from them? Orchid bark, pumice maybe? I don't really remember. It was honestly like 2 years ago that I ordered from them. I just did like a bulk order and I still am using stuff from 2 years ago. When I order things that I have to pay shipping for, I usually just order a lot. So I went back to them and saw that they had leca in 2 different sizes. So let's see what that's like. Oh my god! Stop, this is so cute. I just opened the box and look what was on the top. Oh my gosh. I'm shook. I did not know that they knew who I was. That's so cute, and it looks like they put a couple extra things in here. What the heck? Okay, the box is literally too heavy for me to carry over there. So I'm just grabbing things out. But look at one of the extra things they sent me. They sent me some orchiata. I've always wanted to try orchiata orchid bark. This is like the Cadillac of orchid bark. It's so fancy. I always see it and hear people rave about how high quality it is, but I always just end up getting the cheap bark. So what a treat this is. I'm so excited to be able to try that. And it's a nice small size, which I don't have any small size bark. So that's perfect. I will definitely be putting that to use. And then they also sent me a jug of houseplant fertilizer, and I've actually been wanting to try out a new fertilizer. So I'll definitely be using this. That's so cool and so nice of them. Okay, so the first leca that I ordered is this massive bag. I just got the biggest size that they offered for each of these because, like I said, I just like to order a lot if I'm placing an order somewhere. So this is the mini leca pebbles, and it looks really nice. And I've never used mini leca before, but I've had people comment on my videos because sometimes I have plants with finer roots or just like smaller little baby plants that I want to put into leca where something like this would come in really handy. Sorry, I'm trying not to shift the bag around a lot because I know it's going to be noisy in the mic, but yeah, I'm really excited to try this out. Okay, and then I got this massive bag of leca. The L in leca stands for lightweight, but this is literally so heavy I could barely lift it out of the box. Anyways, it's a massive bag, obviously, as you can see. And the size of these actually look quite big as well, which might be nice for some of my like chunkier rooted plants. I think it's 10 to 20 millimeter leca. I feel like I have 3 sizes now. That is small. I feel like my IKEA leca is medium size, and then this is large size. So I've got a variety to choose from now. And then there's also some little bonus Coppert beneficial mite sachets in there. I've used both of these before, the Spickle and the Swirsky. One of them is for thrips and one is for spider mites. I can't remember which is which. And unfortunately, that box has been sitting, maybe it's fine. It's been sitting inside. Oh my gosh, I'm falling. It's been sitting inside for a couple of days, so I know you're supposed to open beneficials like as soon as the package arrives, but I'm still gonna put these out in my plants, and I do have spider mites somewhere, so I'm gonna figure out which of these is for spider mites and pop them over there. Let me Google it real quick, actually. Whew, I've actually been exercising a lot lately. I've been running and doing yoga, but not much strength training, as we can see. Okay, is Spickle or Swirsky for spider mites? Swirsky is a generalist that will feed on spider mites, but is more typically used for thrips and whitefly. Okay, so the yellow ones, the Spickle, are for spider mites, and then these ones are the more generalist predators, but often used for thrips. That's what I've used these for in the past, anywho. Okay, so I think we are going to do some quick repotting into these small pots. I've found 4 little plants that can fit into there, which is perfect. And then I also want to add some drippers onto some of my current poles. So I guess I'll start with that. And then I'm also thinking about starting a couple more plants on moss poles, but we'll see. I'll save that for last. But for the ones that are already established that I just want to swap out a plastic cup for a dripper, that is going to be super easy. A super easy upgrade. So this is my variegated philodendron silver sword, which has been doing not too bad. The jury's still out as to whether this is going to be a plant that consistently browns for me, or if I just need to take some time to really figure out its needs. It is a consistent grower though, and this is a new leaf that it just put out, which is so beautiful, and the variegation on this plant is absolutely stunning. So I'm super happy with it in that way, but oh, I also need to secure it to the pole a little bit better. Oh shoot, this is not a Russo pole. That's criminal. This is my one plant that is not on a Russo pole. Oh my gosh, it was because I wanted to do the black for this one. It was before Russo came out with the teal ones. Dang. That sucks. Okay, I guess I'm stuck with having a cup in this one. That's fine, it works. I will grab a butterfly clip to, actually this might be too thick now for a butterfly clip. I might have to grab just some, I'll grab a couple different things and see what I can secure this with. The heat feels so nice, but I'm scared of the audio getting ruined, even though I don't even know if it would interfere with this small mic that I've been using. Perhaps I'll have to test it out one day, but not today. Okay, so my preference to secure the vine to the pole is just these greening clips because they keep everything looking really sleek because you can't even really see them. But sometimes vines get too big for them, so let's see if it will work. Yes, I think it does. Yay, okay. So now those aerial roots are against the moss, so it can continue to root up. I might put a couple just to really make sure that it's secure on here. There we go. Okay. I am going to top up the water as well. A lot of my poles did get like bone dry for probably like 2 months this fall. And normally that would trigger me to just aggressively start everything over. But I'm just kind of picking up where I left off, and I'm just continuing to water them and see if they will bounce back. Because for example, this one, it still has so much space to keep growing and rooting into the pole, and then I could do a chop and extend in the future. So there's really no need for me to restart it. That's such a bummer because I really was excited to match this green dripper to the green cover pot that this plant has, but oh well. Okay, I have this philodendron verrucosum here, which y'all saw me chop a few videos back. And first of all, this definitely needs a dripper because it has been drying out a lot. It doesn't even have a plastic cup on it. I don't know why, I'm just like raw dogging it here with this pole. But this needs a dripper, and I'm also wanting to put it on a support, a wooden support, because it'll just make it so much more sturdy and keep the pole from leaning. So I'm gonna quickly put this together. They are very simple to build. There's the screw down here. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that and then pop it onto the base and then just screw that back in. And I have a little Allen wrench to tighten it. Pulling this move is easier than moving my tripod. Okay, done. So I'm gonna pop this onto there. Then I'm gonna grab one of the rib clips. Boop. And there we go. Okay, perfect. This is so much more sturdy now. I don't have to worry about the pole falling over or anything. And I need to add a dripper onto it. Should I do green? I feel like I should do green for this one. So I'll go ahead and use this one. And then they just kind of lock into the tabs that are on the top of the moss poles. Actually, you know what? For this one, I think I want to do the Art Deco style dripper because the pot is very plain on this. It's just in an Amazon self-watering pot that is not very fancy. So let's switch this out. For this green one to just give it a little bit more pizzazz, you know? Oops. There we go. Okay. Does that look better? Yes, I think that definitely looks better. It's looking kind of gray on screen. It's a lot more green in person. Okay, let's fill it up. That's so cool. I love that. It's so cute. That's actually going to be so helpful, especially for my ones that are up on the wall. Cute. Okay, I'm going to put this one back in its spot. It actually doesn't have really a permanent spot yet. I don't know where I'm going to put this varicosum. I really don't know. That is my problem lately with my moss poles, which is why I feel like I need to find more wall space somewhere or something. I don't know. Anywho, I love that. Like, what an upgrade. Actually, I'm gonna move this out of the way because I realized that my philodendron gigas is behind that one. And this is another pole that is rocking the plastic cup, so we need to sort that out. Wow, there's still roots that are alive in here, and it's been dry for so long. That's crazy. At least they look alive. They're still like fuzzy. This actually, I kind of want to just put an extension on, because then this can continue rooting in and I can chop it in a while. Should I do an extension? Oh yeah, this is one of the plants where I started it on the nice rainforest green color and then I could only find clear extensions. So I can go back to rainforest green now. I think I'll do that quickly. Okay, put you there for a second. You know what? She needs a pole support. I'm so glad that they sent more of those over. It's like literally the most helpful thing. Okay. Rib clip, rib clip. Okay, that is so much better. Now I can work with this plant without it being about to fall over. Gonna add a connecting clip. Perfect. And fill up with moss. I think I'm gonna stand on a chair. This needs to be fluffed. Bottom of the bin, it's all compressed. Okay, so now I need to, maybe I'll put a little tiny bit more. Actually, no, I think that's good. That's lost. It's probably too much, honestly. Okay. Ugh. So I need to choose a dripper for this. Let me see. What color am I feeling? I'm gonna do the beige. And I feel like I need a connector clip lower down here. See, that part doesn't have one, and it's wiggling. There, it's better. Okay, beige, or cream, or whatever it is. I don't even think you're gonna be able to see because it's so tall now. I don't think it's recommended to stack poles this high. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think it's recommended to stack more than 4 or 3 or 4. I think 4 is what they recommend, but I tend to go a little crazy. Okay, I should have put water in that before I attached it. I was just thinking about how much easier it's going to be to water my poles that are either tall like this or that are up on the wall, because I have my self-watering thing with the wand that a lot of y'all have probably seen. So it's easy for me to reach up and fill things. But the thing was, I could never see when they were full. So sometimes I would overfill them and it would make a mess. But now with the watering gauge, it's going to be so much easier to just know when to stop watering. Okay, bring you up here with me. Okay, I'm filling this one right to the top because this has so many poles stacked onto it. I'll be curious as to whether that catches at all. With any self-watering gauge, I never trust them 100%, but they are super helpful for getting a good idea. Like sometimes the ones in my self-watering pots get stuck, so I have to like give them a little tap. Okay, and then the last thing I'm gonna do is just make sure that the vine is against the mall. What am I talking about? The moss. So I'm gonna open this one up and just put the vine there and then close that again. Okay, perfect, stunning. This one can go back in its spot. Okay, that's so much better. I will probably chop and extend this one once it roots into this pole. Oh, you can't even see the plant. Gosh, I always do that. It is a bit of a shame that since I was neglecting my plants over the fall, this one has started to size down. So yeah, we're kind of starting over from a smaller leaf size, but that's okay. It's just gonna keep growing. And this looks super nice, even though it's small. Like, it's a really stunning, perfect looking leaf. So I think that this plant is still quite happy. The gigas is actually insane. I know I always go on about it, but I'll insert some footage of the texture of the leaves closer up. It's just such a pretty velvet philodendron. I love it so, so much. I think if you only have time and space for 1 or 2 climbers, this should be one of them. It's just so pretty. Especially with the short petioles too, it stays nice and compact and just looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, this is my marble queen. You can't really see her, but she's facing the window. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop a cream colored one onto here. Hello, there we go. Oh, this is an older style. Is this a Russo pole? Yeah, it is. It must be an older style one. It doesn't have the tabs at the side, but that's fine. It will still work. And then I have 2 plants in the living room here that I want to add drippers onto. And then we'll be done with the drippers. One is gonna be for my Florida Ghost. That cream looks so nice with the ghosty leaves. And I'm actually not gonna put water in this one right now because it is quite moist. I just topped it up yesterday. Looks great. Oh my gosh, this new leaf. It's so pretty. I just touched it and it was so soft. It hasn't even started hardening yet, but that's so gorgeous. Even the last one is still so pretty, like, and then look at them gradually fading to mint. Oh my gosh, here's another new one down here on the secondary vine. Oh my goodness, I can't with this plant, like it's so pretty. Okay, and then this Monstera albo, I think I need to put it so that it's facing the window to kind of get recentered because the vines are just, or the leaves are just pointing everywhere. And oh my goodness, the aerial roots are going crazy too. They're poking out everywhere. But let's pop a dripper. Where's the other one? Right here. Onto here. This is actually, I will fill this one because it's not super moist, the moss. Good. Okay. Oh, this actually needs a little bit more moss in there. Let me just top it up since I have my moss out. Because you want the moss to be in contact with the wick. The plants in this corner are kind of chaotic. I just haven't gotten over here yet. I have filmed more cleaning for y'all since you liked the last one I posted so much. But I'm gonna compile a few different days before I post the video, so I actually might film more cleaning after this video if I have time. Yeah, so things are just a little bit chaotic still. Okay, that is perfect. And then, yeah, I am going to just turn this so that it's facing the window. Wait, this needs a connector clip, I fear, because it's getting a little bit crooked. Oh my goodness. There's like empty pots lying around. I don't know what's going on here anymore. It is chaotic. And this is like tilted in the leca, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess. I feel like it's too late to really fix it. I only have a short wooden pole support left. I might be able to switch some things around because it would be nice if this plant could have one. Oh my gosh, you can see it the water wicking down inside there. Okay, I am going to put my Monstera mint onto a pole setup, which means I'm gonna put it in a different pot. So let's go ahead and do that. I wasn't necessarily planning on starting new poles today, but since I have everything out, I just figure I might as well. And I'm also debating about this one, this philodendron whipple way. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna be throwing this into one of these foldable Russo pots. Because, I don't know, I just like using these for my chunkier rooted aroids. Okay, and I am going to be putting this plant into Molly's aroid mix. Let's go ahead and build the pole. Let's do that first so we can have that in place. I can't wait until my queen anthurium gets bigger because I see people grow those on poles and I just think that that's so cool. I've never done an anthurium on a pole before, so I'm waiting for the day. What other anthurium are good for poles? Let me know if there's any other ones because I don't know. I'm just not as familiar with anthurium, I guess. That's just the one that I always see on a pole. I am gonna go ahead and add some aroid mix in. Then unpot this gal. Unfortunately, I did water this. Actually, maybe it was the day before yesterday, so that's not too bad. And there's nothing wrong with the mix that it's already in, so I'll probably just reuse some of it. Let me get this. Oh no, I knew that was gonna happen. I am gonna mess with this a little bit just so that it will fit in here better. Healthy roots though, super healthy. This plant came to me from My Jungle Roots. The owner of that shop sent it over. Same with the philodendron whippleway actually. And they're both doing so well. Stunning plants. So I really need to check out that shop again. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of soil to the bottom. Boop, just so that we have some type of layer there. And then pop her in and fill. Okay, hello. The camera died, but I just went ahead and set this up. I do need to find a drainage tray for this pot. I'll have to check next time I'm downstairs. But here it is, Monstera Mint. I did obviously the great rainforest green pole with the cream dripper. I'm actually gonna throw this in the shower because I think that this setup will fit inside my cabinet. So I'm just gonna give it a wash and then pop it back in there. Okay, so we are going to end off this plant supply haul slash turned plant chores video with a little mini repotting session. How cute. So, okay, I'll show you. This anthurium seedling is red crystal and luxuriance crossed with forgetii. Natasha from Planted in Platinum gave this to me and it's been doing quite well. I think it's big enough to be put into the Molly's mix and hopefully it'll do well in this cute little pot. I don't know where I'm gonna put that. I might transition it to the cabinet, but I think I might keep it under close just a little bit longer until it gets used to being in a chunkier substrate. And then in the other, this is like, I guess it's a dark brown. It's like almost a burgundy color. It's really pretty, but I'm gonna put the Warocqueanum into this other one. And then this is actually perfect because I just redid my wooden plant shelf in the dining room and made the lower section under the Grove Light a little cactus, or not even cactus, succulent mostly, but there are a couple of cactuses on there. But I just redid that area and made it look all cute. And this is the only one that was remaining in a nursery pot because I just didn't have a small pot that wasn't a plastic nursery pot. So now I have this and I feel like the brown is perfect for a cactus. This is a euphorbia, right? Euphorbia obesa. So is it a succulent then? I don't know. It's a weird one though. And then the other cutie patootie is my Hoya Kentiana Lori Lynn. This one is also just in a tiny nursery pot, so I figured I would upgrade it to this one. So most of these, I can just like transfer the substrate that they're in. Maybe I'll add a little bit of fresh stuff. Put that on the bottom. Same with this one. Does this have drainage holes? Oh yeah, it does. Okay. I feel like I haven't repotted plants in a long time. Well, actually I did in that Patreon video I was talking about, but just in general, like I haven't done a lot of repotting. I mean, obviously I wasn't doing any plant chores pretty much all fall until now. Oh shoot, does this not have very big roots? They're small, but they're fine. It might actually benefit from the airiness of this pot. Okay, I actually am gonna go in with more of the mollies then, because I don't know if it's living, laughing, loving in the substrate that it's in. Why am I bending like that? Okay, cute. I think that she will be happy in there. That's so adorable. Always feels so good to upgrade a plant out of a plastic nursery pot. Okay, let's go ahead and do this little anthurium seedling next. This is an anthurium that I'm really excited to see mature, to see what it's gonna look like, because like red crystal crossed with luxuriance, stunning. I love Lux hybrids, obviously. Like my favorite anthurium is my Lux hybrid. And then also crossed with Forgetii. Like I'm just so curious as to what that's gonna look like. Oops, I think I broke one off. Oopsies, that's okay. Honestly, I might just put this straight into the cabinet because my Raw Queen, I'm just transitioned from a Ziploc bag to the cabinet and that one seems to be doing well. Look at the roots, like they look so good. Do. Okay, that is adorable. I love this darker color pot. It's so cute and it's like the perfect size for an anthurium seedling. Okay, excellent. I guess let's move on to the euphorbia. I'm gonna try to just use this soil that it came in because I'm fresh out of cactus and succulent soil, which is so annoying. I just ran out the other day, so I need to order some, I guess, by the spring. But after this, I don't really have many repots to do. I don't even know if I'll be doing many in the spring next year, to be honest with you, because I feel like all my cactus and succulents are pretty good. But you never know, I guess. Maybe I'll get a new one too. I kind of want to get another Euphorbia White Ghost. Or is that what it's called? Euphorbia Lactea White. Is it White Ghost? I don't know. The white one. You know what I'm talking about. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna try to flip this into my hand. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh. Okay. Guess it doesn't have many roots. Oh my gosh, no, it has like the tiniest root system ever. But they look healthy, so I'm rolling with it. I'm just gonna like make a little divot, stick the root system in, and then cover it up. I want him in the center, obviously. These are really weird. I was looking them up the other day and they grow like cylindrical. Like they're weird. And I kind of vibe with it. Like I'm curious to see what it's gonna look like. But do you know what I really want is one of those Tephro cactus, geometricus or whatever it is. The ones that are just like little balls and they grow as little balls. I really want one of those. I never see them for sale though. So if anyone knows who stocks those in Canada, because I fear that I need that one. Harley has one, Harley G, and every time I see hers, I'm just like, what the heck? That's like the cutest thing ever. Her plants are all so cute though, so she makes them all look so good and stylish. Okay. So this one obviously is gonna need to be rinsed off the next time I water it. I don't think it needs water right now though, so I'm not gonna, and I don't want the soil to be like too high around it, but I think that that's pretty good. It will get more compacted down over time, but this looks so much nicer in this pot than the plastic nursery pot, so bless. These are so cute. Like, I love them. I'm glad that they sent me this really mini size. That's just so adorable. Okay, we're all queening them. Okay, again, not a lot of roots. I'm just gonna try to plop this in. Not a lot of roots, but they look healthy. Oh yeah, I had to reroot this. Duh, I rerooted this gal, but she's doing great, honestly. Oh my gosh, it's like the end of the day. I was dawdling. But I was enjoying myself. Okay, so that's it for the Rockweenum. So stinking cute. I will croak the next time this puts out a new leaf. So that's gonna be it for all of my cute little mini repots. I'm gonna go water these and then clean everything up. I will let you go here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.